Hi, this is estate planning lawyer Michael Pevney. I create estate plans for families, and in this video I'm going to talk about special needs trusts. Sometimes somebody that we care for might have special needs, and we want to set up a trust for a couple specific purposes. First, it's important that they don't necessarily have money in their name because that might strip them of government benefits that they're otherwise entitled to. And second, we want to provide them with certain things and maybe a lifestyle that they are accustomed to living by, and do that in a way that they can continue to live that lifestyle after we may have passed away. So typically, a special needs trust should be set up by a qualified attorney, and it has to be written in a very specific way. Now, the beneficiary is going to be the person with special needs, and there's obviously a very wide variation of special needs, and important to have a conversation with an attorney and maybe medical professionals about that. And the trustee is the person that we appoint to who is in control of all this money that's going to be in the trust. Now, they have to and are required to spend that money in a way that benefits the beneficiary, but they have to follow the terms of that trust. So a special needs trust is written in a very specific way. And a special needs trust cannot pay for certain things that government benefits in the form of Medicare or Medi-Cal, as we call it in California, or SSI pays for. So the special needs trust is actually not allowed to pay for things like basic medical care, basic housing, and basic food. Because if it does pay for that, the trust can be what we call invaded by the government, and some of that money can be taken out to reimburse what the government has already paid for. So we want to make sure that it's written in such a way where that doesn't happen. Now, although the trust cannot pay for those certain basic medical, basic living, and basic food, there are a lot of things that a special needs trust can pay for, keeping in mind that this money is never controlled by and never in the name of or in anything titled to the beneficiary, the person with special needs. So the kind of things that a special needs trust can pay for are certain auxiliary or extra medical expenses, not necessarily relating to their special needs, whether that be counseling or other types of therapy and things like that. They can pay for things not necessarily basic food, but other things that you might find at the grocery store and even meal preparations. It can pay for a vehicle. It can pay for education. It can pay for professional expenses like a lawyer or an accountant, and pay for taxes, property taxes, that sort of thing. It can even pay for things like vacations, especially if that's something that our special needs beneficiary is accustomed to in their normal course of living. It can pay for caretakers, especially if it's sort of a non-medical caretaker, oftentimes in the form of a family member, because government benefits are pretty reticent to pay for things like that. So a special needs trust is something that can be set up to pay for a lot of things that government benefits won't necessarily pay for, but it still entitles them to get those government benefits. But it has to be drafted carefully and in such a way that those government benefits are still available. So if you have any questions about this or anything else related to estate planning, you can set up a time to meet with me for free by going to ocestateplanlawyer.com. Thank you for your time, and thanks for your attention.